But it was back and forth.
It seemed like there's been a lot of high snaps from Joe throughout the course of the
Yeah, he's got to work on it. There's clearly something going on. So he'll get it down. He's snapped for us last year. He'll be fine.
You're a golfer. Can that be like golf? Like yips, high snaps?
I don't know. It'd be a good question for him. It's I know he'll work at it. He'll get it settled down. They'll figure out what that timing looks like, feels like. Different, when you're pre-practice and you're snapping the ball than when you have a D lineman in front of you. And some of the things we're asking him to get done in the run game along with the pass game is trying to maximize his athleticism. So it's just a matter of him working the timing and the rhythm of the snap.
We saw Aaron just have a little scramble too. Just kind of, what did you think about that?
He's got full mobility. He's ready to roll. So.
Is there any update with Reddick?
I have nothing on him.
So today, if I'm not mistaken, per the CBA, he's now subject to an addition. Aside from what you guys can fine him daily for missing, he's subject to an additional fine.
I believe that's correct.
So it is. You guys can choose whether to do it or not. Will you fine him that? I think it's like $300.
I don't know the answer to the choice part, but I know that he's subject to a fine.
And if he is, then you guys would fine him that amount.
I'm assuming so, yeah.
Have you given him a personal plea at all? Joe's handling, talking with the agent.
No, for sure. Our coaches, we're all speaking with them and all that, and from a business standpoint, he's got to do what he's got to do, and this is what he feels is the best choice for him and his family. Then that's what he's got to do. So.
Is there a point in camp where you said you weren't concerned last week, where you are concerned?
I won't ever be concerned.
It's really random, but you guys, there have been no referees here throughout practice.
Yeah, they'll be here once the professional refs get here. They get here on I think next for the Washington week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they'll be here eventually.
Okay. You've talked about Lazard and how guys struggle in their first year sometimes. How did he handle? I mean, Leon struggled. He was inactive for games at the end of the year. How kind of did he handle that? And what was your main message to him after last year coming to this game?
I thought he handled it like a pro. He could have went off the rails like a lot of guys would and started to start pointing fingers. And I think he's done a great job attacking this offseason. I think he's done a great job kind of getting his feet settled where he is. And the dialogue between he and I'd like to think that it was good dialogue. And it's no different than what I've told you guys and the message that I told him. It's not he's not the first or the last big money free agent to kind of have a hiccup in his first year trying to adjust to a new scheme, new teammates, new environment, new practice schedules, new everything. So I think he's doing a great job. He's doing a phenomenal job in the receiver room, just talking with his guys and doing a great job in practice. I don't know if you guys have noticed, he's the first one up in every single special teams drill, trying to reconnect to that, which is a big deal. And so his head's in the right spot.
How much is having Aaron there too? I mean, obviously, we thought he was going to play with him last year, and it just looks like the chemistry. I know he had a drop today, but it's been there.
No, Aaron's going to make everybody better, but this is different. Last year, and I don't want to speak for him, but last year I would argue that special teams was not something he would have thought of doing, where now he wants to be a part of it. It's just he's reconnecting to what I think he knows got him the contract in the first place, which is kind of a grind it out, do it all, dominate the run game, big body catcher, big red zone target, ultimate teammate, and you don't need a quarterback to do all those. Now the quarterback's going to be great in making everyone look good from a receiving standpoint, getting them the ball, but I think the direction Allen's going is self-imposed.
In terms of Kinlaw, what's similar to 2020 and what's different now?
Well, you guys see he's a ginormous human being, but his mindset's the same. Knock on wood for good health. He's a dominant football player, and he's got an opportunity to prove it.
With Will McDonald, there's specifically with Will McDonald. I know when you guys drafted him, there was an emphasis on he can be a situational rusher now, but if he wants to be an every down player, he's got to bulk up. I know you can say he's gotten stronger in the weight room, but he needed to actually add pounds. It doesn't look from when we've seen him like he's visually looks like he's gained any weight. One, has he gained it going into training camp? And two, is it possible to gain weight in the season if he has not?
He's around the same, but I do think he's put on more muscle, so it looks different. He's going to look leaner. I talked about it before, like the idea of 3 down and all that. It just doesn't apply to us. He can play 3 downs. There's no doubt he can play 3 downs, but you wouldn't ask. Steph Curry can drive the lane, post up with other guards. He could do all that too, but you want to shoot his 3-pointer, right? Just keep launching those threes. So a guy like Will McDonald is an elite pass rusher. Yes, he can do everything that we want him to do, but for him to get to that next level of pass rush, he's got to show that he can run through people. He's got to threaten people with power. It's something that he's worked on. It takes time for those guys to understand how to leverage your body in a pass rush. But with regards to Will, I think he's trending in that direction. He can play all 3 downs, but we really want him to learn how to rush through people. Once he does that, it's going to open up everything else.
That's less of a weight thing and more of a technique thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Robert, you guys have gotten a lot out of D tackles who have only been here maybe a year, 2 years, and kind of like turned their career to an upward trajectory. Quentin Jefferson, Sheldon Rankins, is that the kind of thing you think Kinlaw could do here?
Yeah, J.K. He's had kind of bad luck in the first couple of years with regards to injury, and last year was the first year that he was able to get it all through, and he's put in a lot of work this offseason, and the man is built the right way. He's got tremendous mindset, and he wants to be great, like all of them, and so I know he's gonna take advantage of every opportunity he gets here.
What have your thoughts been on Sherwood early on, Jamie?
He looks awesome. He really does. He's he's never been short of, try to paint the picture for you, he can get everybody lined up. Amidst all the chaos, any kind of movement, he's going to get all the checks that he needs out of his mouth. He's as good as anybody is with regards to that. Sometimes, though, when he's so caught up trying to get people lined up, he kind of slips behind a play, doesn't make the play that he could have made. Throughout camp and OTAs, in chaotic moments, he's still finding a way to get everybody lined up, along with getting his feet in the ground and make the play, which is a really cool step in his development as a football player. He's off to a really good start.
All good? Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks, guys.
It looks like on your